Elevator Talks this thing. You got your boy Standout in the building. You know how I'm feeling. Got a special guest here. Look, it is hard to get her. I promise you it is. Like, you got to go through her manager. And, like, her dates is, like, really tricky. It gets really tricky. So I'm honored to have you here. Everybody, this is Milan. Milan, this is the whole universe.
Right? Hey now.
So, so Milan, where are you from? Tell the viewers where you from. A little bit about yourself.
Yes, I am from California, Los Angeles. I was
What part of
born
Los
and
Angeles?
raised. I spent time I was born in West LA,
Okay.
Inglewood to be exact.
Inglewood.
And then we moved to Lancaster, and then I moved back and forth between LA and Lancaster.
Okay.
And then we moved to Las Vegas in 2017. Yeah, right? Yeah, 2017. Me and my
Okay.
kids moved to Vegas. And we've been here. It's cool. We
That's it.
established a family.
That's an interesting. I mean, well, this is like the transplant city anyway.
It is.
I'm originally from Carson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went to Carson High. I moved out here a long time ago, 19 years ago.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, like in a couple of days it'll be 19 years. So 19 years ago, been back and forth or whatever because of my job. I can have flexibility like that.
Okay.
I would never move back.
Because I say the same thing.
You know what? It's not. I don't have the same nuance that I had before.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much traffic. It's too many
yep.
people. It's too much smog. It's cost too much.
Yeah,
It's too much.
the taxes is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little tricky out there. You know, Biggie said it best: great place to visit, terrible place to live. You know what I'm saying?
And I love home. Oh man,
Yeah.
I love it. I love to go visit.
Me too.
And get the hell out.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 days and we out. You
Yes.
know, I can't do no more than 3.
Okay.
Unless I'm in San Diego or something. That might be different.
Okay. Because LA, no thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun, but we gotta go.
And you know, LA is totally different. It's super gentrified, and
Yes.
you know, it's a lot of different politics out there that makes you not want to really be out there because it doesn't give you that same feel.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not how it was.
Especially Inglewood, like you know, they got all that shit that they build. The
my
stadiums.
dad's in Inglewood, and it's very different. I'll say that. Just in the time that he's been living there, it's gentrified. Like over here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like you see people walking with their little Yorkie and shit running down the
Yeah,
street.
like
you know?
never, ever, ever.
The stadium's not too right down the street.
Right.
You know, I come from Inglewood, like the city of champions, Inglewood. That's the Inglewood that I know. You know what I'm saying? Not the commercial Inglewood.
Right. Right. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So what brung you out here? Was it a change of scenery or?
My sisters were here.
Okay.
And it was just like to get away. I wanted to get away from LA, and I got a job offer here, and I was like, okay, cool. I get here, and the job offer was not the offer that was offered to me. So,
Oh shit! Okay.
yeah, our transition here was very tough. It was rough for like the first 2 years was
Okay.
difficult for us. But after a while, you know, it was like, okay, cool. We got the hang of it. My son joined flag football. And so
Okay.
from there, it's just been on the up and up.
And your son is 10, correct?
He'll be 10
He'll
next
be
month.
10.
Yep,
And then you have a daughter,
I do. She'll be 13 this year.
13.
That preteen.
Yeah, my son is 13. Yeah, it's
Ooh.
different. It's
I
not
feel
for the
like
weak. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Oh, you can.
Yeah. I had to cave in my son's chest a couple times.
That's what I'm saying. What is
yeah.
like twist the lips off of
Yeah.
us.
And I say the kids today they're smarter than what we were.
Yeah.
But they're dumb at the same time because they're
Very
more
much.
immature.
It's all this electronic
Yeah,
stuff.
the electronics keep them smarter in the head, but
Yeah.
it keeps them like
Their
there. Like,
social skills are slow, and then your critical thinking skills are not up to par.
13. I remember I told my son the other day, I said, when I was 13, I was like, I completely could cook for myself. I walked home from school. You know, I pretty much did everything pretty much for
think
myself. I
it
stayed home
is.
from, by myself or whatever the case is. I don't know if I trust you to stay home more than an hour or two by
No.
yourself. You know, the shit might be burnt down by the time I get back.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at my daughter. Okay, cool. She's the older one. My brother was older. And I remember us being left at home. Don't touch the stove.
Yep.
Don't touch the phone unless it's an emergency. Don't touch my door.
Yep.
Like, those were it. I can't tell these kids to do none of that.
Nah.
I can go to
it's-
check the mail and come back, and it's a problem.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What
Yep,
is going
Yep.
I'm over it.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. And I'm like, dude, I was already ironing my shit, and you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like
Creases and all type of
I
stuff.
cared about, we grew up in a time where your image, you had to look good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure
These kids don't care.
I had the curls and stuff, or
Yeah.
the braids, whatever. The girls had that, they did their thing, and we was outside. If we wasn't
None of
inside,
that.
we was outside. We was
Yeah.
outside. The girls. That used to be that's one of the nostalgic things about California that I miss. Growing up, like we was always outside just playing. The girls was doing
Yes.
double dutch.
Until the street lights came
Yep.
on, maybe even later.
Yep. I remember I had to beg for extra time.
Yeah.
Hurry up and run the house. Mom, can I just have 10 more minutes? We're in the game. I just need 10 more minutes.
Yes.
And she'd be like, because there's no school tomorrow, I'll
Yeah,
let you. But, football, I've been coaching football here for 15 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I just had one of my ex-players on. He's a barber now. He's like 23.
Mm-hmm.
He was just on. I coached him 10 years ago, so it made me feel old.
Yeah.
But I was going back and forth, and I was like, damn, like football was like way more serious in LA.
Oh my God.
Like, you know what I'm
just
saying? I'm
told
not
that.
trying to compare apples to oranges or anything like that.
It's different.
But it's different. Like, I remember as soon as June got here, like, that's all you did was eat, sleep, and shit football, and the girls just cheer. You'll see the girls
Yep.
cheering, running around the park.
Yep.
And you was so in middle school, and like, you was in Inglewood or Lancaster?
Middle school, we had just moved. Let me see. We moved to Lancaster because of where we lived in LA. It was
Okay.
like now we could go outside. Before we couldn't. So,
Yeah.
but I graduated 6th grade. So yeah, I moved out there 7th. I did 7th, 8th, 9th, and then we moved back to LA for my 10th and 11th year. And I think a portion of my 11th we went back to Lancaster. And I
What high
graduated.
school did you go to?
I went to Culver.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's where my boy Randy went.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
But
see.
he's older. Like he.
Well, how old is though? Because I'm old too.
No, he's not old. He's like he graduated like 98.
Okay, I'm not too far behind him.
Yeah, so like he's a little bit older than.
So if he
everybody.
went to Culver, then he probably knows. I got there when it was like class of 99, I think. Or maybe 98. I got there, 10th grade. Somewhere around there, though. Some
Okay.
of the people that I went to school with, yes. My brother graduated in 2000. So, yeah, I was there for the 99. So I probably just missed him.
Yeah, you probably just missed him. He was probably I think San Diego. No, San Jose State. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so he wound up going to San Jose State. But okay, so yeah, so you know about the Sentinels and the Jets and shit like
Yep.
that. That was our rival.
Ball
You know what I'm
Hills,
saying?
Blue, white, and
the
gold.
Bruins and the
Yeah.
Eagles, and then you got the
I think they're
Jackrabbits.
the Bruins now,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
It wasn't
yeah,
back then. It
yeah.
was Pop Warner. We had Junior Band,
Yep.
Tiny Mike's.
Yep.
Those, yes.
Yeah, Pop Warner was
Yes.
a fun time, Yeah, like all those teams that we just mentioned, those were our rivals.
Yes.
So every time we played, it was a hard fought game, and we penciled them on a little schedule.
The demos.
The demos. Oh my God, like they always had speed, but we always beat them. You know?
Yeah. I'm like, we played. Who did we play? It was the Sheriffs and the Demos. Was like, we used to go at it in Venice. Venice, we used to go at it with the cheerleaders. The football was like, all right.
Venice. I never played Venice I played them in high school because when I
okay.
got to Carson, we had just came off the championship against Venice.
Oh, okay.
And then we got out the championship, but then we played them that following season again. We beat them again. Shout out to Carson.
Right.
And so like all those teams. Like my uncle, he went to Inglewood High. He was a stud. So like when I was growing up, we're not that far in age. I graduated like right after him. But I was looking up to him because he was a few years older, and I was like, man, like he went to like 3 proms. He had a scholarship from Inglewood to where did he go? He went to Oklahoma, I think. I can't remember the fucking school he went because he transferred out back home.
Okay.
But he wound up going to college, doing this thing, like the going away party was dope. I'm like,
Oh, he was one
shit,
of those. Okay.
yeah, I want to be,
It's
you know,
always going on.
yeah, it's going on. You know what I'm saying? I want to be like, you know, shout out to Inglewood Pizzle. You know, he do music now or whatever.
Okay.
A friend of the show. Yeah, I wanted to be like shit when it came to football. I wanted to be like him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, L.A. Yeah, so L.A. Cheers
Right?
to L.A.
It's very
so
different from
your
here.
transition in Vegas. How's that been? Because I know people, they either have a love for Vegas or they have a hate for Vegas. And you moved to Vegas when Vegas wasn't that special no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because we used to come to Vegas for weekends just because. So moving here is very different than that experience. So like I said, the first 2 years was rough for us. Once he started football, then like things got easier. But I don't hate Vegas. I'm ready for something different. But that's just
Okay.
me.
Right.
But my kids, they actually like it here. With football, you know, they built a family. My son has been playing. He's in 10U now. So he's been playing since tackle football since 6U. And we've been with, you know, our football team the
Okay.
whole way. So it's the same coaches. So they love that. My daughter played flag football and cheer, track, all of that. So we've grown to, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. If I get an offer to go elsewhere, I just might take it.
Where else would you go? Like what's like states or cities, whatever that
Texas.
Okay. A lot of
Okay.
people love Texas. What part of
Yes.
Texas?
We've been looking into Dallas and in Houston.
Okay. Yeah, I can rock with that.
Yes, I'm like, I gotta make it to where I find something that benefits him with football. 'Cause that's like what he loves. Same time, mom is happy and the daughter is happy. So it's been trying to figure out which place, which city to go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean those are two good cities to go to.
Yes.
Like if you add that into the mix,
Right,
you know.
right.
So going down Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big time football.
I know. That's why I'm like, I have to like make it the best choice. It's
And he runs track too.
Yes.
Oh.
So he's there with those kids.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
Okay.
like Vegas with LA, and we're like, damn, the kids like, but they train year
Yeah,
round. Like,
yeah.
You get to Texas, and it's like whatever's in their water is what he needs a taste of.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
needs that. So
So how is it like being a sports mom? Like I'm not a mom, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
because half the time I'm coaching, I support the kids, but you know I'm a basketball dad, but that's it.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
when he's not doing basketball, like he might be training a little bit, but I'm chilling. You know.
lucky you.
Yeah.
No, it's round the clock. Once football stops, track picks up. When track stops, football goes, and sometimes they coincide with each other.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yes, right, exactly. So we just finished track. We just finished regionals. He made it to regionals in the 1 and the 2.
Okay.
It's a lot. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's a lot. It is. I work 9 to 5, so I'm working Monday through Friday, and then when I get off from work, it's, you know, whatever sport that they're doing on whatever days that they're doing. Majority of the time, it's like 3 days out of the week, and then you have your events on the weekends. So for football, it's gonna be, you know, the same deal. And then with football, I am team moms. I like to be involved. I like to make shit run smooth.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
know, like I think it's needed. And then there for the kids. And
Shout out to all the team moms because I can say that you know it's a lot, you know, and you know I ran teams before, and like I had my own camps and stuff like that, and you know I used to before like a long time ago when I first started coaching, I started with the Longhorns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then it was like we didn't have no team no more, so then I started my own thing with me and my guys. We stayed together. We just started our own thing,
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
And I had a dope team mom then, and then like I got a dope team mom now.
Yes.
But like shit, like a team mom plays a big part.
Yes.
And it's some shit. I've seen shitty team moms,
Right.
but if you got a good team mom, like look, y'all can get whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
It helps. I think it helps the program run a lot easier if parents talk to teen moms. They don't have to talk to coaches. Coaches can worry about coaching. Like, you know, anything that's needed for registration, whatever it is, it's like direct it to them first and then let them be the ones to come and talk to the coaches. Because who the hell wants a million people in their face and I'm here to coach your kid? Like, I don't want to have to keep talking to you. Like, take it up with the team mom.
Yeah, because that's the last thing I hate. Like when I'm coaching, I'm like locked in. I'm in a zone. So I'm looking at
Right.
I might be looking this way, but I'm looking at every single player, what they're doing.
As you
You know,
should.
and I'm so locked in. And then when like somebody start asking me questions and stuff, I'm like,
That's not
okay,
your
this
focus.
kid, and wait, I'm not focused on that.
Right.
I'm not looking at that.
And it
You know what I'm
happens
saying?
a lot.
All the time.
Yeah.
It happened like shit 2 practices ago.
Yeah, leave
you know?
my coaches alone.
Yeah.
Don't talk to my coaches
Yeah.
at all. The coaches are there to coach. You got a
Yeah.
problem,
Yeah,
and then I'll
you-
let the coach know.
Yeah, like
No.
so now I'm starting to have this 24-hour rule. If it's nothing serious, do not come to me until the 24 hours is up.
Then let me know if it's still
Yeah,
an issue.
yeah. You know, go to the team mom. I want everybody to respect the team moms and stuff like that.
Right.
But don't like if it's not serious, don't come to me like you know. And it's kind of tricky this year because, as you know, we had multiple teams come together.
Right.
So on top of navigating through coaching, you got to navigate through everybody fitting in and playing their parts
Right.
and everybody getting along and stuff like that. 'Cause I had shit when that happened too. It's times when I merged with other camps. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta when in Rome, do as Romans, right?
Yeah.
But like here is like we all can't. Everybody had their own thing going on.
Right,
And everybody
and
came
they came
together, so you
together.
got to make it fit. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
It's
And
just little puzzle pieces.
Yeah, little puzzle pieces, and sometimes it takes a little time.
And that's what I keep saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like little humps in the road that we have to get over. I don't expect for everything to go smooth in the beginning because it's the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, I don't. Even when we were just us the same, the next year was like, okay, we got to work through these little kinks here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect for things to be like that. I just like my thing is communication. Communicate. Let
that's
me know
my
what's
biggest
going on. I'll let you know what's going on. We communicate here. Boom. I like solving
Absolutely.
the problem.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a problem, let's get the solution.
I'm 100% the same way. Like I don't need to be the head of something. You know
No,
what I'm
it's
saying?
not
Like I'm
important.
cool. Like I got a million things going on. I don't need to be the top chief, the Indian. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't need to be nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no title. I just need every communication, no last minute shit.
Yes.
And so like I like order. Like
Me
you know what I'm
too.
saying? So I grew up a lot of like my OGs and even my coaches, they had structure, growing up. So
Right.
they kind of installed that in me. And then like even like I said, my OGs, they're all like black mob. You know what I'm saying? So like everything is a structure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for example, my boy Randy, my boy Tone, okay, if this is the dynamic, even though I play ball, you know what I'm saying? I played past
Right.
high school, past college, all that stuff, right? Past like that adult recreational bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually paid and got paid to play. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I give a fuck about what we do.
That's what I be saying.
Yeah, like
We
look,
get
the
over
proof
it.
is in the pudding. I have 7 kids that's in college or just graduated college. That's my accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
This other shit is minuscule.
Yeah, it's small, and
It
so
really is.
that's the tricky part, especially when there's too many people involved.
Yeah.
When there's too many people
What they
involved.
say, too many chiefs. Not
Yep,
enough
not enough Indians. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when it's even with our team last year, you got too many people talking and saying one thing and it confuses other people, and
Right.
and then I always got to play cleanup and shit, and
Yeah.
and I don't.
It's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot. We joined the track team last year, and I was team mom there too. And I ended up quitting. I don't never quit. Baby, fuck.
Yeah,
Get the fuck ASAP.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I had
yeah.
to do. It was too much. And then you start when you give. Right, mind you, we're volunteering. We're not getting paid. Some people, I know I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm volunteering my time, and I like for things to run. Like this is my way to showing up for my son and showing up for others too. That's just me.
People don't realize like being the fact that we don't get paid, even the money that we do see, like it goes right back into the shit.
It
So
does.
let's think about it. Okay, if you want to count time, if you want to say how much time that we give, like our time is valuable, especially like people that's actually doing shit.
Right.
The time, our time is so fucking valuable, and then you got the money that you pour into the shit.
Yes.
Right. Like I don't get like half the time I'm in the negative when it comes to like, I always have a certain goal I'm gonna spend for the year. All right,
Right.
maybe I'm gonna spend like 1,500, 2,000, whatever throughout the year, whatever. Maybe more, maybe less, hopefully. And it always goes over. I
Yeah.
always contribute three, and my kids
Okay,
don't
because I
even
was
play.
about to say, I'm
Three,
like, we're
4,
always
5,000.
contributing. Yes.
Like I'm new mouthpieces, new pads, new this,
Yeah.
helping out this kid registration, helping out this water. They don't even understand how much just little stuff like water pins. You know what I'm saying?
I said last year, I was like, you know what? We need to start just like a fund. You know, put it in the team fees for every person for the weekend. You to divvy it up. How the fuck are you gonna do it? I really don't give a shit. But put it in there so that there's a fund for this. There's a fund for this. There's a fund for that. There's a fund for that. So now when it comes time to like your games, we're not shuffling around trying to figure out, okay,
Yep.
who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that. Because putting together for that damn camp and they were sending the money and I was
Yeah.
going to do, I was like, how the fuck did I get? I'm gonna go do it because that's
Yeah.
what I do, right?
Yeah.
But like, how did I get appointed to be the person to go
Yeah.
and get all this shit?
Yeah.
Like, what just happened here? And I was like, I told Aaron, don't ask me to do shit
Yeah.
else until
Yeah.
the season actually starts.
That's
Like,
that's the
nah.
same thing I say. I'm like, dude, this is like
A lot.
Yeah, we're telling people last minute, but and then you got to run around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
That's why I
not
was
counting
like, my kids is
gas.
tired of me.
Yeah, they're not
Do
counting
you have
gas.
to keep
Yeah.
volunteering?
Like I literally so I sold my other car, and I just bought my car just because I live southwest. So I live like right
Oh, so you
across the
gotta
street
go-
from the Durango. So I'm coming.
Oh.
So I say my car is actually better. It's a car that I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
okay.
like it's a car that I wanted, but I literally sold it instead of getting my trucks and all that stuff because I work right here. All my business stuff is right over here.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So look, the podcast studio is
Yeah.
I work at the airport. I'm right here.
Oh, okay,
You know
okay,
what I'm saying?
okay. So that
It's
works for you.
It works for me. I mean, I got podcast studios all over the place, but
Okay.
like this is the best one.
Yeah.
The best. Shout out to the pod place. You know what I'm saying? They'll take care of you.
Shameless.
If you want to start a podcast, come to the
Yeah,
pod
man.
place. You
Throw
heard?
it in there a little bit.
right by the airport. Get in, get out. You know what I'm saying? And you can clip that.
Please.
But it's a lot of time, effort, money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I do a jersey business, right?
Oh, okay.
And when we first all met, came together, I said, look, go through whoever you guys are going through. I don't want to. I don't want to
Yeah,
do
right.
your jersey because like I don't want to be responsible for a lot of people's money that like that. If I'm not involved with the camp, cool, yeah. But let me just the teams that I deal with, I just
can do
take their
those.
because
Yeah.
I know those parents. I don't know everybody's parents.
Yeah.
I'll do them if you want me to, but
Yeah.
I don't want to take other people's money. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not pressed for money, so
Right.
I don't want to do that, and then it gets in sticky situations or whatever the case
Right.
is. So I'm like, if you're going through Bobby or this apparel place or that, stay there. You know what I'm saying? But even like with our team fees, like I had to consciously think like when I came up with it, okay, this is what the uniform, this is what this is, this is what that,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna put the banquet fee and trophy fee and include it in there. That way we don't have to scramble, fundraise,
the
do all
end
that at the
of
end. No,
the
it all
year.
comes in the thing, and
Yeah.
I'm still trying to make it affordable because I know half these kids, parents, a lot, some don't have it, and then some just don't budget right.
Right.
So I think, okay, I'm telling the teams that I coach 180. Anybody else, they could, whatever, you know what I'm
Let me
saying?
know if you guys need a fundraiser.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have one.
I need to talk to
Let
you
me
about that too.
plug myself, no.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that too.
Yes.
We'll talk off mic.
Absolutely.
We need a couple because
Right.
we travel.
Okay, okay.
That's why we're not doing some of the tournaments in town because we'll be in Arizona.
So you're with Coach Peanut then?
He's with the 11s.
Okay, 11. Okay.
So I'm with the babies. So I'm with the 6s
Okay.
and 7s or whatever. But we used to be with them. We all used to be together last year.
Okay, because I
and
was
the year
going to say, I
before.
know he told me that he was going to be in Arizona.
Yeah, so
too.
our
Okay,
7s
11
is going
and
with the
7.
11s to Arizona. Our
Oh,
6s
nice.
is staying here. We might take a couple, but
Okay.
and then our 8s if they get enough kids.
But it's good they
Yeah.
get that experience.
That's another fee though.
Right.
That's another
Right.
part, because when I go out there, I'm a black cowboy. So shout out to Concrete Cowboys, and we go out and do our thing out there, because I'm not having all to stay at one hotel. I got my hotels,
Right.
and I reserve a hotel for if the parents want to stay there. You guys do just get here. Well, if you
Yeah.
need help getting there, we'll help y'all getting there. We just need you there.
Right.
And then at night, we'll plan something for the kids. But when it's bedtime, you should be with your parents or your guardian and stuff, or
Right.
all the kids could be in one spot. You know
Whatever
what
that
I'm saying?
chaperone.
Yeah, then we'll have a chaperone there, and then I'm going to just enjoy myself because guess what?
Yeah.
I give too much damn time to.
I'm gonna say, and you don't have any kids here.
Yeah, no, my
Yeah.
son is like chilling. Like half the time, I'm like, you want to go to practice with me? No, it's too
Yeah.
hot out there. All right,
No.
cool. All right, or like all last year, like he'll come to practice with me, you know, because he don't even live with me. Like, you know, he lives. We
Okay.
live on two different sides of town, and when he comes to practice with me, like he'll just go to the basketball court to shoot basketballs the whole entire time I'm at practice. Yeah, so.
So it's a win for him.
Yeah, it's a win, but like sometimes it might not be nobody at the courts. So,
Yeah,
you know,
you
it
don't do
get kind of
that.
boring. So now he got to
Yeah.
come watch us, and you know,
It's
so-
not his thing.
yeah. So let's get on business and stuff, right?
Yes.
So with business, I see that you're doing your thing. I see
Yes.
that you travel, do all that stuff. Like
Yes.
tell us about that.
So I have a travel company. I've been in business with that since 2018.
Okay, shout that shit out, man.
Yes, Candid Excursions Travel with my
whoop,
Candid
whoop.
travelers. Yes, my favorite thing to do with travel is group trips. Like I
Okay.
love to host the trip. Like
I wish I would have met you like 10 years ago
man,
because
listen.
we used to do like cruises.
Oh really?
Like group cruises. Yeah.
Why'd you stop?
A lot of people, they have families and stuff, and you know, it was me, myself, and my uncle doing it, and so we called it the Love Cruise.
Let's get it back.
And yeah, we need to. And
Like let's get it back going.
we get a whole bunch of people book on Carnival Cruise. I'm a
Yeah.
Carnival loyalist. Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
And but yeah, we could plan. We could definitely plan something.
I'm going to make some money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I've gotten into hosting more. I still book and customize trips for others to go out of state. Whether you're in country, you tell me there's an event that you want to celebrate, you need me to customize a trip for you from the beginning to the end. I do that.
Okay.
The other business that I have is Supermom Hustle. It's pretty much just bridging the gap between being a single parent and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And I wrote my ebook. It's 31 different hustles, a
Okay.
single mother. And it's pretty much in there. It's just telling you different ways to make some side money. So
Where can they
yeah.
find that ebook?
It is on my website, supermomhustle.com.
Okay, we'll plug it in the
Yes.
thing. We'll get it down there.
Yes. Yep, so it's in there. It's just 31 ways for you to make some side money.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what about the guys?
Who?
You know, they're gonna ask me, so you know what I'm saying. You know,
No.
I have to talk shit.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so you got your travel business. You know, I travel for free.
Do you?
Yeah.
At the airport.
Yeah, I've been there
Okay.
for a long time.
I'm trying to get on your way.
Yeah, like you know, so like okay, you can set up an event.
Yes.
I can just fly out there. You know,
Yes.
shout out to my employer. You know,
Right.
Because 9 times out of 10, I get paid to do my business at work. So
Oh, so
yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm laptop every day.
Right.
You know, watching other guys play the PlayStation.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
I like some free air flight. What? That's the
I
the
could literally
most
look-
expensive part of the
Look,
trip.
Like,
Shit.
like me and my mom, whoever, like I could just get on. Whoop, whoop. If I wanted to go somewhere right now, I
You
could
could
just
go.
I could just jump on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on your way, but then I
Yeah.
have these two things called children, and then they stop the flow.
That does stop.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is hard.
Yeah, it does. It stops the flow. That's pretty much why there's no time.
I was just about to ask you, like, you know, is it? I'll only imagine, not only with the time, but like with everything that you do, like the dating life probably gets a little tricky.
It does. It's not actively dating. I'm not. But I love a good date. But I like the dates that are like a weekend date. Like
So you like the weekend little getaways?
I do.
Where do you
It
have
don't
time
even
for
have
that?
to be. We could be here. I've had not to be telling on myself, but let me tell on myself.
Hey, that's what it's for, right?
Right.
Hey.
They I like to talk to men that are out of town. They come in, they'll fly in and plan a weekend.
Okay.
And we hang. All I have to do is just show up. And I think these are men who understand. They're good fathers, number one, but they understand what I do and they respect it. So I don't have to do anything.
It makes
I just have
sense.
to- you know, like,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm not going to accept anything less than that. So if you're asking for my time, I'm not going to be like, oh, and I'm going to plan it too. Like, that sounds stupid to me.
Okay.
And I don't like stupid shit.
So you want you like guys that's just on plan, just be there.
You're intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows me that you want to date. And if you don't know what I like to do, then clearly you don't know me because you haven't asked. And then you can ask, and then I can tell you.
But for a lot of men, do you run into the problem of being the fact that, you're an entrepreneur, you got this entrepreneur, and then you turn around and literally from one thing that you're doing to the next thing, you're always around men. Do you ever like run into that roadblock right there? Like they have a problem with, or they feel some type of way about it?
No, and I say that because of me.
Okay.
How I am. I don't give off the come talk to me vibe. Like, that's not the vibe. At least I hope I don't. They don't be talking to me. I think I set the boundary for it. So I don't think that the men that I've dated are worried about it.
Okay. Well, that's good because, we talk to a lot of women on here, and so a lot of times the obstacle, especially if she's busy or, entrepreneur or even kids, one thing is always like, a lot of times it's either the kids, like they don't see where they fit in at, or it's the fact that maybe they're in a space where it's a lot of male access. So you know what I'm saying. So they always tell me, they tell the viewers, I guess, that they sometimes they might have that problem because the people that, I guess maybe the people that they attract, I don't know. But sometimes they may have a problem with the guys because they feel like, damn, you're around all these people.
I can see that, but that's, to me, is an insecure man.
Okay.
And so if you're confident in who you are, you're secure in who you are, and this person that you're getting to know or this person that you do know, then that's not really a factor. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like men who do that are scared of something. What are you afraid of? Like, you know what I mean? It's my last relationship. And I was around, like millionaires, just my mentor and the people that he knew in his circle, and just networking, pretty much. And there was a comment that he made, and it was just like, I'm not worried about I'm trying to learn. And I'm trying to learn, because at the end of the day, I have children that I have to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too worried about what the hell is going on. If I'm talking to a man, it's talking to a man because there's a plan behind it. Like, I'm that type of person. I don't really pay any attention. And I also don't think that men are going to, like, come out and just be like, why the hell are you over here with these? I don't tolerate that shit. I don't tolerate that shit.
I get the vibe that, like, I mean, you're very intentional of what you know what you want.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I don't think most men will ever tell you because, like, they don't want to lose the opportunity of,
And you should keep it to yourself. You should, because I feel like the more you get to know me, you'll see, like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, because
really
I never got that off of you. The times that we met, like, oh, it's just like, but I just know that there'd be a lot of insecure motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Men and women too. The men who are out there and they have to talk to the mom parents or even the teen mom. It's just a lot, and I feel like you just have to be secure in who you are, and then you have to, like, really know your partner and who you're dealing with. That's it. Like,
that plays a very
And if you feel some shit is off, it probably is. So then you know what I mean. You correct that or allow that person to correct it. That's another reason why all that shit, that drama. Like, I got 1,000,008 things going on. I'll be damned if I sit around trying to figure out who's he talking to. I don't have time for that. It's not I have better things to do.
What's a perfect day for you?
A perfect date?
Day. We could go date too.
Nah, we're going to go day. We'll do day.
We'll do date too. We'll do after day.
A perfect day for me is really in bed. I'm sleeping. Sleeping.
Absolutely.
With no children in my house. I can walk around however I like.
Yes,
I don't have to... This sounds shallow. I'm a mom, but I don't give a shit.
No, it's not shallow. I
don't
get
want my
it.
children at the house.
Yeah.
I want to be alone by myself. I value that time to myself. So a perfect day for me would be to wake up and my children are not there. My home is clean. I'm in my bed. I get to watch my TV, work on my laptop. Like, I do what I want to do. That's why I like solo trips. Do what I want to do. Yes.
Yeah, that's me. Like a perfect day is like I could be able to just like a lot of things that I do. Like I make money, like without having to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, but then on the flip side, I do. But but a perfect day, like yeah, like you just said, like just like I just get up, doing
Yeah.
push-ups. I'm a big tea drinker. I like tea.
Oh, me
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Yes.
Drink my tea and binge watch like some of my favorite shit.
What you wanna
Yeah,
do?
all day. Like I don't want to be
Yes.
bothered. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And like
Do
this
not
football shit is
disturb.
starting to bother me. Like this
You're
shit
gonna need
consumes
that
so much of my
time.
life, man. Golly, I just like really like just chilling and podcasting. Really,
Is it therapeutic?
podcasting is very therapeutic.
What's therapeutic about it?
I like listening. I like talking.
Okay.
I don't like people.
Okay.
Most people can't tell that, but I don't like people.
Okay.
But
'Cause me either.
I like to be just out the way. But so podcast, we could just sit here and talk. Get the shit off. I'm a big
Okay.
advocate of therapy. I think everybody needs therapy.
I do too.
Yeah,
And I'm scared of people who say that they don't.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be seeing like a doctor, a therapist, a
No.
shrink, or whatever. But you should probably find your thing of that you could cope with, that you could get your shit off with. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because it's needed. When people say that they don't need therapy, I just look, ooh, I stay away from you.
Yeah, some people like, they
fuck is going
just
on
chill in the
here?
house, some bothers, smoking is their therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like
Cool, but after a while, what do you do?
maybe they get in their thoughts. That's why they do mushrooms and all the other shit.
Here's what I learned from smoking. Like smoking weed is therapeutic depending on why you're smoking it. Right? So if you're smoking it because you're stressed and the day has stressed you out, cool. But when people smoke to cope with their every
Oh no, they got more issues to deal
That's
with.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So I was that. And it was like, fuck, I had so much stuff to do. There was like, okay, man, when I tell you these past few years have been crazy. And so I have to do what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I'm a person where I'm like, I have to have control over it. So once I see myself like, okay, you don't need to do that like that. So now I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't really smoke. I mean, I'm a cigar smoker.
Okay.
So like, we go to do like, that's our man's fellowship. I think man should fellowship as well. So my brother, I'm gonna call him my brother because he's my best friend.
Okay.
He has the memberships to the cigar. Even one of my coaches, shout out to Dave Moore. He body builds, he trains and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it's my little plug. I'm plugging a lot today.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm feeling frivolous, But he. That's how when we talk, like we go to cigar lounge. If I have a coaches meeting, like with my coaches now that I have now, like we gonna go to the cigar lounge, and we gonna smoke, talk, chill.
I like going to the
Yeah,
cigar.
and like I'm bougie, so like some cigar lounges, depending on the cigar lounge, it has to have like a VIP area.
Area,
Like
okay.
the members only area.
Yes,
whatever.
okay.
I'm gonna find my way in there. I don't know if about paying for it because I'm not paying $150 a month for it, but I'm gonna
I
find my
am
way
with
in
you
there.
on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find my way in there. I'm gonna talk my way in there.
Right,
I feel
okay.
like I could talk anybody out of anything.
I like that you feel like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's confident.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence. I'm not arrogant, but a lot of confidence.
No, you have
Yeah.
to be confident in this world.
Yeah, so I feel like in life, I did a lot of work on myself, and I continue to work on myself. So like I'm coming out with an album. It's an R&B album. I don't sing, so it's fully like producing, all that shit. A lot of songs written by me, not all. We got dope artists, and like that's another part of my therapy.
Yeah, I can
it's
see that.
it's like let me write shit. I'm a great writer. I can't spell though. Like I can't spell
That's
for
okay,
shit,
but
but
you
like
have
that's what spell check
thoughts.
is for, right?
You have
I'm a great
thoughts.
writer.
Yes.
Uh,
You have thoughts. So thoughts are counting.
yeah, so like I could write a fire ass song. I already got music out that I wrote fire, right? And so like I write about real life shit and shit that people might be going through, especially like in the love shit. Like I probably should have been like a
A love doctor.
yeah,
Okay.
like don't get me wrong, I be fucking up, like I fuck up. That's
how you learn.
When I say I fucked up, I fucked up. So everybody, sorry to everybody I fucked up.
That's how you learn,
But,
though. Yeah.
I learn and I listen, and I just try to get better with everything, and so like I try to I try to move that over to the music. So like,
Okay.
I used to be fire poetry too, like low key when poetry was in, you know. So
Usually songwriters, poetry, rap, all of that
so
coincides.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay.
So yeah, music is another part of the therapy. But I actually go see a therapist though.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, my mom's a therapist too.
Is she?
I would never go to see my mom though.
You shouldn't. It's
No,
biased.
yeah,
You
that's what I
can't.
told my mom. I said, "Mom, I love you, but you're my mom."
Conflict.
Yeah, so like my therapist, I need somebody that's gonna just tell me like you're gonna have somewhere in you talking to me, and I don't got no deep shit that I go through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But it's good to get it out.
yeah, you know, you just gotta talk. I went to relationship counseling. I did all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I'm an advocate of that.
That's good.
That's why but that's why I be so at peace. You know.
As you should. There's some men out there that can use some fucking therapy.
They need it. They need it.
Yes.
And, you know,
And when I bring it up and I don't need therapy. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and not
you
contact
know,
me anymore.
you could be open minded. I feel like it's two things in a man, and I'm about to give you guys some game. If you have an open mind to things, now I'm not saying like that funny business, but if you have an
Right.
open mind to
Not
things,
the hand, though.
the funny, yeah, not that. But if you got an
razzle
open mind
dazzle.
that's you. Hey, more power to you,
Your
but
business.
not over here. But if you're open to things, like you're able to learn more. So if you're able to
Right.
learn more, like I feel like me, like some people could probably say I might be stubborn, but it's not that I'm stubborn.
What's
It's
your
the
sign,
fact
though?
that I'm a Leo.
Stubborn.
It's the fact that like I'll learn something
Mm.
and like I'll stand on what I know. Just like when I got into a little bit like we was talking about off
Uh-huh.
mic. Like you tried to tell me something, now I could go. I'm only saying this because I could go back and put it to you in your face. So don't fucking talk to me about some shit if you know that I want to have receipts. And like that specific person that I was telling you, the other person that was stirring up shit, I have the receipts on that too. I'm just not a messy person.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we keep
It's
it
just everybody
civil.
stay in their lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
And then I won't have to call you out.
Like,
Okay.
and that's what it is. So in life, I'm like, okay, I'm always willing to learn. But a lot of people, I get this bad notion, the people, because I'm really conservative. You know what I'm saying? I believe in people should do the right thing. I believe in everybody has their own choice to do whatever the fuck they want. Like I used to tell people, I'm pro-life, pro-choice. So like, if I have a child, if I get somebody pregnant, even if we're not together, like we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that child.
Special.
But I'm not gonna tell nobody else to do with their body. Like I remember I call it the scamdemic, but some people, whatever.
Pandemic.
I'm not politically correct. I'm never politically correct, but I call it the scamdemic. And some people that I hang out with call it the plandemic. And I remember they were even a little bit on my job. They were like, "Oh, you gotta get the shot." I'm like, "Absolutely not." You know what I'm saying? But whoever wants to get it,
That's your business.
that's I'm not
That's
I'm
your
not telling you that you shouldn't get it, or I'm
That
not
is your
telling you that you
business.
should get it.
But for me and
For
my
me,
household,
in my household, is
we are
this.
not.
If I'm gonna be a leader of my household,
Yes.
then we doing what I stand on because I'm gonna take in consideration what you feel, but we doing what I stand on because that's how you lead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just how I just run shit.
No, for real. Yeah. That's how it was for us too. We didn't partake in that.
Yeah.
I don't do no flu shot.
I mean, I don't either. Like I never got like
Inject me
I
with
never
the hell. You
and I
want me to
never
fight
get sick.
against?
And I'm not saying that all natural remedies work, but I'm more of a natural like even when I
That's
get a
me.
headache, like I
Yep.
don't even really take too much pills because I grew up around a lot of junkies. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of
Yeah.
people they started off with one thing and they led to another thing.
Right.
And I understand how medicine works. You know what I'm
These
saying?
days. So
Yeah.
it's very different from when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
You get your vaccines or you whatever it was, medicine, everything. Now it's like pharmaceutical and it's how they can make their money.
Mm-hmm.
And so the more stuff that they push out is going to be the more stuff that people are going to grab. It's
Yep.
addicting now. Now you got to pay for it. We're on herbs in my house. There's an herbal cabinet in there. We only use medicine if it is a dire need. Like,
Yeah,
that's it.
and that's how it is with me. Like I just don't. That's just me. I don't tell
Yeah.
nobody else to do.
Right. Do what
You
you
know,
want to do. But
but-
in this house, when you come over to my house, there's not going to be. I think we only have one thing of Motrin, and I have Advil, but they're like the little packets from
Yeah.
when we put together our
Yeah.
little girls trip bags. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I have a herb for what you got. Okay, let me give you something for that. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
there's too much. It's too much, and then to be feeding it to the kids, it's too much.
Yeah, I told my son's mother, I said, look, like, he might get hurt, even during the scamdemic, whatever. I get that they're pushing this on him, but nah.
It's
You know,
not
if we had to, we'll keep him homeschooled. You know what I mean? But I had to make the conscious decision of how I'm going to run my house. But like I said, anybody else, they could do what the fuck they want.
Right. That's
I know
your
a girl that got
business,
30
yeah.
abortions. I don't even say nothing. I said, hey, more power to you.
I want to say something.
Yeah, like, you know, that's your body, your choice. You know what I'm
Do your
saying?
thing, girl.
She literally got 30 abortions.
Ah,
She just had her first kid like a year ago.
she was still able to have him?
That's what I thought. I'm like, dude, like after a while, shit, it's like, it's like, you know, with certain, like if you get like certain things, like
I'm thinking of scar tissue.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, no. 30?
literally, she literally got 30, like 30.
And then you wanted to have one. Fucking after the first or second one, you didn't think that you wanted to protect your body?
Yeah, I would have just thought about other shit, like you know.
She needed a
gonorrhea.
hobby.
Yeah, she did.
She needed a hobby.
Well, she
Painting.
grew up in the she kind of grew up in Vegas, but before Vegas, she grew up in a real small town. So they don't.
She got here?
Like she got here, it got hot. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
okay.
You know that's the Vegas. That's the magic that they put on you in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know.
Like
you
fairy dust.
Yeah, you get out here. They say 82% of women are prostitutes.
I believe it. That's
Yeah.
why I want to leave before my kid gets too old. My daughter especially, before she gets too old. Like, this is not a place to raise children.
No,
Like,
no.
once they get to like high school, it's not a place to raise children. And kudos to those who have. All right. But for me and my household, it's not something that I feel like, oh, I can raise my kids here and not have to worry about. I mean, like, it's everywhere, right? But this is where it's at.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's where it's at.
I used to do a lot of investigations before I worked at my. I used to work at it's the Virgin now, but Hard Rock, and I wrote over. In the time being there, I was there for 6 years. I wrote over 200 trick roll reports. You know what a trick roll is, right?
No, see?
It's when a prostitute robs the like the John or whatever. But people don't know that prostitution is illegal in Clark County.
Yes.
So a lot of times they come to Vegas and they think,
Thinking
you know, because Vegas has some of the most beautiful women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, most of the time, a lot of those beautiful women are working in some capacity. You know,
Right.
And so, yeah, it's like 205, like something like that. When I left,
That's crazy.
I wrote a lot. You know,
That's crazy.
and then you got to evict the John.
Like-
You got to evict him from the room because, like, you just engaged in something that was illegal,
Yeah.
and so we got to evict him out the room. And then they wanted to press charges, and then we had to bring Metro in. And
Oh,
then, but
gosh.
Metro will cite you sometimes, depending on the officer, because prostitution is illegal in Clark County. So then you have to come back for the court date and say, but most people don't want to because they might be from Cleveland, Nebraska.
But they might
you
have
know,
a
whatever.
wife.
9 times out of 10 they do.
Okay.
So they come out here and live their fairy tale, and then especially like the guys in the oil industry. Oh yeah, they'll live their fairy tale, and then they'll fucking.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Because
you
all
get
I be
robbed.
wanting to know is how much money do they be making?
I could tell you, like, especially the ones in the
making?
hotel, like the ones that's in the hotel, like I could tell you, like the average one was charging anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 a pop.
Okay. Well, I'm not mad at that.
So if you don't have to do it and you rob them for that, that's their mindset, right?
Right.
And then you get 3 of those a night,
You're a good night. It's a good week.
you might come back with $10,000 in one day,
Yeah.
plus a Rolex. You know, maybe a
Yeah,
few
there you
wallets,
go.
you
And
know.
you can pawn that. Or
I seen girls put Rolex and Wazakats in their cat.
that's what?
Yeah, we had to have a female metro
What?
officer come pull it out. Take them
What?
to the bathroom and pull it out. Cause like once we used to get them, if we catch the prostitute, we used to have this booking room. It looked like a jail cell. It's crazy.
Oh
Like,
my
it would have
gosh.
like a whole bunch of cameras. You're sitting there watching, and then like the officers they gotta watch, and then they gotta wait for metro, and then you're sitting there handcuffs on the bench and everything, right? This girl they was running the sting. ICE was running the sting. Well, you know, I hear ICE dealt with the prostitutes too. They don't just deal with deportation, and
Right,
stuff
right,
like
right.
that. And so they'll be undercover, and the girl will take them to the room. As soon as they get in the room, it'll be
No.
the other officers bring them down, pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Or if we catch them, you know, we got a trespass, so we got to take them into the room. This time, the dude he came running down butt naked in the hotel. She was sliced and diced, and like the girls, two of them took off. They was track stars, right? The other two, we caught them,
Oh my
and so they was sitting in that processing room for 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And pulled it out?
Well, they had to take her to the bathroom, pull out the water cast, and she had a Rolex up there too. Like no joke.
That's why, see, because that's not my type of life. God knew what he was doing. with me.
Yeah.
He made me
yeah.
a mom.
So now it's like, damn, like you can't even smash women the same, like you know, not to say it
No.
like that because it's like, damn. Not only is she putting dicks inside of her, but
Watching
she
their
might
money,
she might put
money's
any like.
dirty.
And I seen girls put like at the pool party. Remember rehab the pool
Yes.
party? Like that's where I started at. Right. I used to see girls like they'd be in the cabanas. Dudes put cucumbers in champagne bottles and stuff. They'll do it for an athlete. You be shocked how much shit
Oh.
somebody would do for a rich motherfucker, especially back in the day when rehab was like lit.
Popping. Rehab was popping.
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah, especially if Diddy was there. This is before the case.
I'ma thank my
He used to
parents
sell it like we used to get the
tomorrow.
capacity, and people would have cabana wars, 20,
That's-
30, 40, $50,000 for a cabana.
Okay.
And me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just spend that on a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
used to do
thank
big
you.
cruises, like the Love Cruise. That's what I was telling you about. Like, I
Yeah,
need
we
you
had
10
to.
years ago. Like
Right?
we used to have our own private rooms, have our own DJs and
Really?
stuff. Bring our own DJs, theme parties every night.
Yeah, we're going to have to get that back going.
Yeah.
I like hosting. It's fun. I like planning.
You know, I got
all
another project that
shit.
I'm running that I might need you on. I'm going to
Yeah.
need you on. So for this album, I'm throwing an event.
Okay.
And so if somebody copies me, we got it on tape and I pretty much got it on camera. But my album is called, the Army album I was telling you. I'm coming out with everything too. So the album, this is the baby, is called What a Time.
Okay.
Right? So I'm giving you every essence of R&B. Got great artists. I might let you listen. I'll send you
Okay,
a
because
song.
I was about to say.
I'll send you a
is it
song that
secret?
you'll like. I think you'll like this song.
Okay.
So we got every essence of R&B. So we called it With a Time.
Okay.
You know, fully produced, Elevated One Network. You see it on the thing. I'll send it to you when it comes out. It should be out this end of the next month or end of July.
Okay.
So with that, we're taking that album, the artist on that album, and we're doing the show. So the way we're going to do the show is going to be comedy and R&B. And the
Okay.
show is going to be called What a Night. So the way that What a Night is going to go is we're going to have my podcast open for it. And so we'll open. I probably have some other, obviously hosts. We'll kind of lean into like the gender war type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's not a war. I just try to bring, when I have panels, I try to bring men and women together so we can understand each other.
I like that.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? But a lot of times sometimes it gets gender warish, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, it's fun. It's good for content, right? But I try to shut that shit down because we're not fresh and fit.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Let's not do that.
Yeah, we're not, what I feel or what I think, I stand on and then I just say with that. But, I'm open and listening, and I think that men should hear women, how women think and how they feel about certain things, and we should hear,
And vice versa.
you know what I'm saying? And the
But
ladies
that's
should
how
hear.
you learn and grow, right?
Because a lot of times women have this false notion that,
What we
no
do.
offense, but you guys get this false notion that, because like in life, I've been treated this way, so that's how life really is. You get what I'm saying? Or like my grandma used to always tell me, she said, a woman's not mature until she turns 50. And I said, I thought it used to be the other way around. I thought I said, well, technically we ain't immature until we really make it, right? But we still immature.
Childish.
And so I never got until I got older, and it made more sense because, for example, let's say you getting hit on by all these guys want to be with you, right? You're buying you stuff, doing this, shit. That's as far as your maturity is going in a dating realm, right? And so most women, their maturity is really 21.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So they might carry themselves as a woman, but like their logic and the way they maneuver and the way they think is not such. So when I got older, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And so like I try to bring that common balance. Like, okay, let's hear how they think and vice versa. You know? But I got sidetracked. The show is gonna have a podcast and it's gonna have that album being performed, basically.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have a B-list or a legacy act that's not as famous as the main act, which is gonna be a legacy act still too.
Okay.
And then so in between we'll have a comic, music, another comic, the main act, and then we'll close out with the main R&B act.
Okay.
Or whatever, and then it'll be what a time, you guys have a good time. Upscale, well, I wouldn't say upscale, but casual. You know, everybody gets sexy, the women get sexy,
right?
The man get dappered. You know what I'm saying? We just all vibes is going on. You know what I'm saying? And everybody promote their shit. And yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, so I gotta get you involved in that.
Yeah. I like to hear other people's perspectives. I think that's how we learn. It's like you said, being open-minded, right?
Yeah, I think you should come on one of my other podcasts when I have a panel. We'll plan it around your schedule, but because I think you have great things to say when it comes down to like how you maneuver and how you think, even just that you prefer dating men out of town, and I got it once you said it. It makes perfectly sense.
People don't be understanding that.
Yeah, they don't, but it makes perfectly good sense.
Yeah.
I think people don't understand because it's territorial. A lot of people are territorial.
It's true.
So they think like, okay, well, if that person's out of town, I don't know what that person's doing, blah blah, yada yada. Or I'm not gonna get the same type of affection, love, blah blah blah.
You're not, and that was the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And that's
get your space. Trust me, I get it.
Right? Because I'm like, I see him every day.
Back in the day,
time to give it every day.
That's why I used to like being a side dude back in the day.
You're a thought though. That's thought behavior.
that was when I was young. I was a kid.
So now that you're older, do you still feel thoughty?
No.
Okay.
No.
Some people are like reformed thoughts.
Okay, maybe I'm a reformed thought.
Accountability. I like that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Good rats need love too.
Now I try to keep it. I get in trouble. Don't get me wrong, but I try to keep it.
You're a Leo. Yes, you do.
I try to keep it one woman, man.
I don't feel all right.
All right, what you gonna say? What don't you feel?
I feel like men are not meant to be, and they're gonna hate me for this, but men are not meant to be with one woman. Like if he chooses to do that, kudos to him, right? You're gonna make a woman happy. But I don't feel like, and this is just my experience, like you said, right? We can only speak on what we've experienced. My experience is men are not meant to be with one woman, and it's something that it doesn't bother me. As long as you're honest and you're saying what it is up front, then I get the choice of saying, you know what I mean? Like, do I want to be involved in that or do I not? Especially right now, like if I'm dating you and I'm expecting for you to date other people because I'm not going to be able to give you 100%. So that's what I expect for you to do. I dated this one dude and he was just like, I don't date other women when I'm dating one person. Okay, well
I don't think you should. I think that's kind of tricky. That's scary.
And I feel sorry for you.
I think that when you're dating and you're in a dating realm, you should date people to see who you want to be with. You know what I'm saying?
Then you make the mutual decision to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't feel like men are to be with one woman.
I'm not going to agree or disagree with that.
Okay. Get a little free reign.
Yeah. That's some free game. That's some nuggets. I'm not going to definitely, most. I don't
think it's in your nature.
Yeah.
It's just not in the nature to do it.
You know what? Because like, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna ask you one more question, and I'm gonna get us the fuck out of here.
Okay.
But I feel that so we're since men and women are wired different, like the way we love is different.
Agreed.
So with that statement, I could agree with it because, like, we could nine times. I know a lot of men that's married or in long-term relationships, and a lot of times what happens is one person may get comfortable, right? And I'm not saying this is me. I'm just speaking for
No,
men in
absolutely.
general.
Right.
And so a person can get comfortable, and so now, like, you love that person. You're going to provide for that person. You're going to want to do for that person.
Right.
But then that person is not meeting you in the middle of what you want a lot of times.
There's no compromise.
Yeah. So, or like, they say, like, once you get married, your sexual life goes down, right?
It's so sad.
And so a lot of guys, they deal with that. You know, I work with 800 men and women in my department. And a lot of them are in sexless relationships, right? A lot of them happen to be married. A lot of them, and these are guys that's making well over 6 figures. Like, and so, but they don't have the confidence and shit. But so a lot of times it'll be somebody else that's willing to do it, but they don't want to be with that person, but they get that shit off.
It's a need
Yeah.
that's being fulfilled. And that's why when they say, like, men cheat physically, women cheat emotionally.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And it's a need that's
Yeah.
being filled, right? We're emotional creatures. We're nurturers by nature. I got a little better. God, like, made me a woman here and was, but I'm like, the way that I think and process things is like very masculine.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, okay, I can understand where men are coming from. I might not agree with how shit is handled, but like,
Yeah.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah, and I'm not telling no man to go out and
Please don't.
Yeah, to go. I'm
Save
not saying
your life.
that, but I get it because, like I said, most of the time, let's say the side girl or the casual encounters that you're having with another woman, especially if you're doing it cleanly, like you're not,
Right.
you're not thinking that you want to build her a house. You're thinking about that you want to
Right.
build, you know what I'm saying, the other woman a house. She might be easier to get shit off of. Like, you could talk about shit because you might not be able to talk about
And I think
shit
that's
to your woman.
sad.
A lot of times that's what it is. You can't tell your woman anything regardless. But
That's sad.
if you tell your woman everything, it might be a little problem there.
I don't know.
You shouldn't tell your woman everything because she can't relate
I
most
was
of the time.
told years ago not to let my right hand know what my left hand was doing. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. What? But the older that I get, it's like, okay, this person doesn't need to know everything that you're doing. But then I also still feel like, well, how the hell is it supposed to be? Because I only want to marry my best friend. Like,
It should be a communication level. It should be a level of where we have a lot of understanding.
Transparency.
Yeah. So, like, for example, if I'm going through some shit, like if it's not nothing that's like emotionally fucking with me, if I know that I got to figure it out, I'm not gonna tell you because I'm supposed to be your rock, not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So,
I
like,
feel that. But that's men. That's a
like,
man thing.
yeah, but you know,
Okay.
I'm not saying that you can't come to your woman for stuff because you should be able to.
Right.
But you should, like, one, you guys check out after a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell her, and then after a while, like, she starts sounding like Charlie Brown to her. Like, she's like, wah, 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 wah,
I be
wah.
wanting to hear the solution.
Yeah,
What
and
the
so
fuck? That's too many problems. What the fuck? What have you solved yet?
Yeah, I tell guys like this: the box get dry if you come whining to her about everything. You know, and that's a fact. Like, women don't get turned on by that kind of shit. She don't want you, like, always having to be on her shoulder and shit. Like,
No.
you know what I mean?
If there's a period of time where you have to, I get it. But like a constant, I'm looking at a man as a leader. And I have to tell my son this is just me and him. Like, a leader leads. We follow everything that you do, right? So, and he's a Leo. So he's very big on that.
Hey,
Prideful.
shout out to your son. Gang,
Okay.
gang.
He's very prideful. So I have to explain it to him. You getting emotional, then we're going to be emotional. And then what? You know? So you have to be able to keep that in check. But a leader always has, you have a problem. You don't have to go to other people. Come to mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy will help you with your problem because you can't whine about it.
Yeah.
Whining is for, excuse my language, but bitches.
Yeah.
Whining is for bitches.
Yeah.
You feel me? And you're not that. So we don't whine. You tell mommy what the problem is, and then we're gonna come up with a solution to fix it. This is how you have to handle your shit through life. You can't
Absolutely.
go whining and complaining about stuff, and you giving me all these problems. You don't. What's the solution that you've come up with, son? Like, are you a problem solver? I've been teaching you how to critically think. What's the
But a
problem?
lot of moms don't teach them because they teach them how to be their boyfriend rather than a leader.
Yep. Fuck.
Yes.
You're gonna lead and
No
lead the
offense. That's
home.
a lot of single moms. They teach their sons how to be the man that they want them to be,
No,
like for
yeah.
them,
And I
rather
see
than
that.
yeah, like I call them
No.
the mommy boyfriends.
Yeah, no.
We're gonna get the hell out of here. 3 goals that 3 2-year goals that you want to do.
3 2-year goals.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I want to be able to, number one, live comfortably.
Okay.
Okay. So that is just my business flourishing. So we can live comfortably financially. My second goal within 2 years, I would like to be in love. Like, oh, that type shit. I don't know. It's a goal though. And then I'd say my third goal is to continue to build my relationship with my children.
Okay.
Because that's not easy when it's just the one parent doing it all.
Absolutely.
So just, that's important to me. And my kids probably be like, she's crazy. I am. But that's most important to me.
It happens like that sometime.
Yeah.
And what's some advice that you'll give to men and women just in dating and entrepreneurship? Like,
Just be honest with yourself
okay.
and always bet on yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to have to clip that part up. Any shout outs that you want to give?
Shout out to my Ty, because thank you for making this possible.
Yes, thank you.
I've
Yes,
been busy and he been holding it down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And shout out to you guys too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate
for
you.
having
Hey,
me.
shout out to the Pod Place. Shout out to everybody that messed with us. Shout out to Concrete Cowboys. Shout out to the Pod Place again because look, I'm trying to tell you guys, if you guys
Nice.
want a fire ass studio, they got 2 sides. They could do it all. You know what I'm saying? They're going to switch the cameras for you. You know what I'm saying? They don't be all up in the video
Right.
and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They don't be on that P. Diddy shit. Come to the Pod Place. They're going to take care of you. I promise you. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And I ain't dead yet.
Right.
And on that note, like, share, and subscribe. And we out.